these fractions straight across. So I'm going to end up with a negative 4 rad 5 over 9. Questions there? I just got a bunch of weird looks.
There's not going to be a 2 rad 5?
Okay, because this 2 out here. So 2 times 2 gives me the 4.
Yeah.
And then the negative times these two positives makes it a negative. And there's no other radicals, so it just stays rad 5.
Oh, okay, that's what you do.
Okay, and then 1 times 3 times 3 gives me the 9. So my answer has to be C. All right, on number 16. So 16 is here. Says, do not use a calculator, but guess what? You can, but I'm going to show you guys how to do it by hand. Okay? So, if you do it in the calculator, you would just make sure you change what? Degrees. Very good. This one's degrees. So you would approximate this and approximate all those, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you could do that. Or, using this information, we have 30 and 45. So it's going to be the sine of 45 minus 30. Isn't that the same as being 15? Yeah, 45 minus 30 gives me 15. So this is using the identity that we just used a minute ago. So we have right here. So it would be sine, cosine, minus, right? So sine, cosine, minus. So it's going to be, let me write it down below. So sine 45 cosine 30 minus cosine 45 sine 30. So we get this information from right here. It's also on the unit circle. So sine 45, I get rad 2 over 2 times cosine of 30 is rad 3 over 2 minus cosine 45 is rad 2 over 2. Sine 30 is 1/2. So I end up right here with rad 6 over 4 minus rad 2 over 4. So if I combine those over a common denominator, my answer is going to be C. So if I did approximate it, okay, and you just approximate each one of the answers to see which one matches. Okay? So on number 19, I'm going to show you how to approximate it. But what's different about 19 here?
There's radians.
Okay, this one's radians. So I have to make sure I change that, right?
Yep.
So change that to radians. So everyone should be changing their calculator to radians right now. So if we're changing the calculator radian, so I'm going to go doc 7 2 degree, change to radian, make default. And now I'm going to approximate this one. So it's cosine of 7 pi over 12. And I get negative 0.2588. That's approximation of it. Now, we plug in each one to see what we get for the same approximation. Control divide. So rad 2 plus rad 6 all over 4. I get 0.9659. Do the same thing for this one. So control divide. I get rad 6 minus rad 2 over 4. I get a positive 0.2588. Now for this one right here, I'm going to change this one. This one's going to be rad 6. This one's rad 2. And positive 9659. And then my last one is going to be 2, 6 right here. And I get a negative 0.2588. There we go. So, right here. So my answer has to be D. So that's one way of going through and approximating my answers and seeing which one it is. So either way, it can work. But we could do the math for it, or you can go through and to approximate it. So, whichever you feel more comfortable with. So, that's going to leave us off for today. Now, don't forget, like, subscribe, and pick up on part 2 of this video tomorrow.
Shout out to me.